Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Amy, I'm a manifestation and relationship mentor, and this channel is all about merging spirituality and psychology so that you can manifest your relationships. And in today's video, I'm going to go through how to break the cycle of waiting. So stick around to the end of the video. I will give you all of my hints and tips and advice, but if you like this channel, please consider subscribing and leaving this video a like so that other people have access to it. But let's dive into it. So there is a difference between expecting something to happen and waiting for something to happen. And what I like to think of the difference between this, because energetically they are two different things. So if you imagine you are waiting to get paid from work, so you know what day you get paid, you know it goes into your bank account, so you are expecting to get paid. And when you are expecting something, you don't really think about it too much, you don't worry about it, you don't feel anxious about it, you just know that it's going to land in the bank account on this day. So you don't really give it much thought. When you are waiting for something, that is a completely different energy. So waiting brings about this anxious desperation, this needy energy behind it. And although in the manifestation community, we're told that, you know, expect it to happen, that's fine, expect it to happen. But what we want to do is we want to break out of this cycle of waiting for something to happen, because when we're doing that, actually, we're assigning an awful lot of importance to this. And what we're subconsciously telling ourselves is, I won't be happy until this happens. I won't be able to move on with anything else until this happens. I won't be able to focus on anything else until this happens. So we're placing a lot of importance on the manifestation. So if it is that you've done your manifestation techniques, you've visualized, you've affirmed, and then you come out of it and then automatically it's, where is it? We want to try and break out of that. So A, you can let go and do other things and go and enjoy yourself, because that is what this is all about. And you can stop hyper focusing on it. So you're not going to feel as anxious about it. You're not going to feel as desperate for it. And again, as I always say on this channel, there is zero judgment, because I've been here. I have waited days, weeks, months for text messages. So there is no judgment here. And I know how when you are stuck in that cycle of waiting, it can feel really, really depleting and really defeating, and it makes you want to give up. But I don't want you to give up. So let's go into how we can actually break this cycle. So as I said before, usually the cycle is because we're assigning a lot of importance on this thing coming in. And it also might have something to do with you not having a lot else going on. And the reason why I say this is because I was in no contact during COVID when there wasn't much else going on. There wasn't anything I could distract myself with aside from healing. And, you know, sometimes that wasn't particularly fun either. But I really had to break this belief that I won't be happy. I won't feel secure. I won't feel confident, loved, wanted, accepted, whatever it is. I was subconsciously telling myself I wouldn't have those things without my person coming in, and that just isn't true. So the last time we split, which is about 2 years ago now, I knew that I would go into this pattern again. So I needed to think of strategies to lift myself out of that waiting pattern, because I hated the feeling of waiting. I hated the feeling of limbo. And you're really telling yourself that it's not here yet, and we don't want to be there. So what I want you to do is think about, you know, why are you waiting for this anyway? What do you think this relationship is going to give you that you can't give yourself? So as I said, it could be feeling of security. It could be the feeling of love, the feeling of being adored, the feeling of confidence, feeling of being wanted. And what we want to do is we want to work on giving that to ourselves. So when you're looking at the phone and there's nothing there yet, or maybe, you know, you're after a new relationship and you're not getting many messages online, or whatever it is, I want you to really notice when you start to feel like, where is it? And really dive into, why does it matter to me that it's not here yet? What am I making the absence of it mean? Okay, I'm being ignored, or I'm not loved, or I'm not wanted. So we really want to think about what the root of this feeling is. That, you know, it could be a fear. It could be, well, I'm really afraid of being alone. I'm going to be on my own forever. And we want to break these down because these are causing that anxiety, that waiting, that compulsion to continue to check where it is. And how we do that is by giving that thing to ourselves. So for me, for example, that last time I felt incredibly insecure when that relationship ended. I felt really untethered, really unsafe. And I had to work on giving myself that feeling of security. And the first thing I did was realize how I am already secure. Where else in my life am I already secure? Well, my finances were okay. My house is pretty safe. My job was pretty safe. So I had to cultivate that feeling of security within and take that a step further is in how can I show up more as a secure person? How can I shift my mindset, shift my feeling state to feeling more secure? And that is exactly what I did. I would think about how a secure person, to me, would go about their life. So they wouldn't go about their life checking their phone to see if anyone got in contact with them. They wouldn't be doing that. So I really had to cut that out. And I'm not saying that any of this would be easy, but it is going to help you in the long run, because waiting for it certainly isn't helpful. If you're waiting for it, it's not going to come. So I really had to think about the patterns that were within me that were reaffirming the belief that I am insecure. So the phone checking had to stop. The next thing I did was I really did start to think about other areas of my life that I wanted to improve on. So in other words, I just got busy. I got busy. I qualified in healing attachment styles. I, really did work on my own self-concept, my own self-worth and my own security, because ultimately the security that I was craving was never going to come from him. It was always going to be from me. So I would literally think about, okay, this is how I think a secure person would show up, and start doing those things. So a secure person wouldn't be waiting for a relationship. A secure person would be just getting on with their life. A secure person would be meeting with friends. A secure person would be excelling in other areas of their life. They certainly wouldn't be putting their life on hold, waiting for somebody to get in touch with them. I started doing things, small things in the day that made me feel really calm and at peace and happy. It might be taking long baths. It could be learning a new skill. It could be picking the phone up to a friend. Any of these things to give you that feeling. And what you will find it doesn't have to take a long time to do this. What you will find is that you will start to break that pattern of waiting. And when you can break that pattern of how you feel, not being assigned to what that person is doing, or whether or not they're contacting you, or whether or not a relationship has come in yet, you'll find yourself in a lot better place, and you will find yourself being able to ignore the phone for a bit. You'll find yourself not thinking of it too much. You'll find yourself feeling okay within. And you will also start trusting that it's going to happen as well, because the reason why we don't trust that something is going to happen is because we're overthinking it, we're poking holes in it. We are not trusting that we are capable of having a relationship, that we are powerful enough to bring that relationship in, which is causing all of the cyclical thoughts that you're thinking. So when we can break that pattern by going into something else, going into something that will help us feel better, that is just for us, that isn't anything to do with a relationship, that is when it came back. That is when the relationship came in. And not only that, it came in exactly how I wanted it to come in. He was exactly how I wanted him to be. And it was a direct reflection of the security, the feeling space, the belief and the thoughts that I was feeling, and how I was embodying that state of being secure. It was a direct reflection of that. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a comment below. If you have any questions, let me know and I will do my best to answer them. But I will see you in the next video.